everyone, Miri here and welcome back to my channel. Sorry that I haven't been able to record anything over the last couple of weeks. Hell, I think it's been a month and sorry about that. A lot of stuff had happened and mainly it was my scheduling pretty much going to hell and me trying to fix it, and certain circumstances have been making it tougher, like for example the fact that we have spent most of November with the air conditioner broken at the office. It was at first that the whole thing just combusted and started, not working at all. Well, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but what actually happened was that one day it just stopped working. Even though they fixed it with us inside the department, may I add, which was not the smartest decision. Hell, the supervisor of the team that did that pretty much thought the same as I did. It was annoying, but thankfully the smoke smell dissipated and we were able to work as normal, which was a relief. The air conditioner worked for a while after that, but then all of a sudden, and I think it was at the beginning or the middle of November, that it suddenly stopped working. It was like I went one day to the office and suddenly poof, the air conditioner gone. And I've been having to go to work with t-shirts, which is something that I normally don't do. I prefer going on sweatshirts and sweaters to the office. Like the ambience at my office when it comes to the dress code, like of course you have to dress appropriately for the office, but it's not as rigid. Like you can go with a t-shirt or a comfy sweater, and especially with a t-shirt with this heat, because they've been taking forever to fix it, because apparently there is like a piece that is lacking and the air conditioner is really old. And I think that they could, of course, I know that I don't know anything about company finances and whatnot, but thinking as the average Jane, wouldn't it be better to get a new air conditioner instead of keep fixing the old one? That's just my opinion, but it is what it is. Thankfully, I was able to study and even pass my katakana exam with a 98, might I add. It was just like one grade above my hiragana grade, which was 97, and it was on a technicality because I thought that I got, the symbols for like the letter N and then shu, so no, wait, it was not shu, it was su. Yeah, su, so, and she, as well as the letter N. I thought that I got the differences down. Different happy faces with different quantity of eyes. Like, I thought I got it. But apparently the way I wrote it wasn't, clear enough. So yeah, technicality nonetheless. And also, I got the ku wrong because I wrote it in hiragana when the exam was in katakana. So yeah, go figure. I remember laughing nervously when the teacher pointed that out to me and basically saying, oops. Since I was pretty chill though, and always has been, strict but fair and laid back. The perfect blend. Which reminds me that my katakana exam actually got delayed, mainly because we were having storms in my island, so we pretty much had to be wary of the climate because it had been raining a lot, and it would basically mess things up by the time we got the test. So it was a good call on her because the rain was making things difficult. And hopefully, well, I will be able to start my classes in January the 11th, which I paid. I know it might not seem like a big deal, but I like the fact that I'm able to, pay for my own courses and whatnot, because especially it has been something that I've always wanted to do but never could. And now as an adult, I'm able to do so because, well, we're a little bit better economically. Like, it's not that we were like bad economically, but right now we can afford it, while back then when I was a teenager we couldn't, and I'm really happy about that. Oh, also, I was able to finally get the coloring right for my Draw It Your Style video, which is something that I gotta confess that I have been procrastinating until I got the right tutorial, mainly because I've been always self-conscious about the way I color and stuff, the way I shade. Hell, I've been even procrastinating the redesign of this VTuber avatar for a very long time because of it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love this one. I love Lucy Koumori. I love her. I've gotten attached to her. But before I started VTubing, I had this idea in mind for my avatar, and I really want someday to, make it a reality. Hell, I've been wanting to even learn how to use Live Today for it, and maybe doing my loading screen art as well as, a chat overlay. I don't have the equipment for it, but it's something that I would love to do in the future. So yeah, look forward to it. Though I cannot make any promises because my scheduling during the day, especially when I commute and with the chaos that is, well, my workplace, sometimes it's not as possible as I want to, especially with this heat at the office, of course. I know that I've been going on a tangent about that because honestly, I've been really pissed about it because I'm uncomfortable. Like, I know that a lot of people prefer cold temperatures over hot ones, but I prefer my climate to be just right, Not too hot so I can wear, comfy sweaters and stuff, but not too cold to the point that the skin in my hands dehydrates. Oh, also, whenever I got the time last week, I got a terrible cold that basically rendered me speechless. Mainly because I was coughing a lot and it hurt my throat and was basically unable to talk at all without hurting my throat even further. Hell, I joked with my friends and family that back then I had a voice that only a mother could love. Yeah, that's how I cope, by self-deprecating humor. I shouldn't be doing that, but it was really funny, not gonna lie. Also, because I joked that I was in mode I have no mouth and I must scream. Uh, I ended up reading the sci-fi novel mainly because I got the thing is to get the joke right. Like, I have heard about the novel. I think it's not actually a novel. It's more like a short story, but you know, like one like it could belong in one of those collections that Guy de Maupassant had. Those short stories, horror stories, if you will. That is the best way I can describe I have no mouth and I must scream. Mind you, this is not from Guy de Maupassant. I forget the name of the author, but yeah, I got really curious because a friend of mine have been referencing it for a bit, and that's how I know. So I decided to give it a go, and he sent me the audiobook, which was amazing, narrated by the author himself. May he rest in peace, because I heard he passed away. Um, And I gotta say, the way she portrays the insanity of both the narrator and the main villain is amazing. Like, I wish I could voice that like that. I mean, I haven't been thinking about it too much, but I think it would be really fun is if I could voice act, at least once. It would be pretty cool. Like, I'm no actress by any means, but I can follow instructions. I'll get it right eventually. A week ago, I tried to record actually a vlog, but I think my wording was off, and I was slurring my words a lot, and especially because I was coughing a lot, and I pretty much excused myself during the recording because of the high amount of coughing that I was having. It was like I spoke like every few words, and suddenly a coughing fit. It was a mess. Oh God, I went on a tangent. What was I talking about again? Aside from I have no mouth and nightmost scream, which is not for the faint of heart because it gets rather gaudy. So yeah, you've been warned. Oh yeah, I was talking about when I did the DTYS. The thing is, I was procrastinating the coloring like I mentioned, and I found this pretty cool tutorial where it gets you the God, my words are not coming out right now. Okay, it was a watercolor effect. Yeah, there you go. Had to do basically a simultaneous translation in my brain because even though I can read and speak in English, of course, as you guys may know, sometimes I tend to think in Spanish when I'm speaking English and vice versa because I sometimes do simultaneous translations in my brain. Like, everyone who is bilingual knows what this is. But yeah, the thing is, oh God, what? Oh yeah, the thing is, I was subconscious about my coloring and my shading, and then I found this tutorial about how to do it properly. The coloring and stuff, how everything will blend together, and it was beautiful. Honestly, my art looked even better than before. And I realized, and I know this is a rookie mistake because even though I use it on and off, I'm quite familiar with Clip Studio Paint. But apparently I got the settings wrong when I blurred instead of blending. But once I corrected that, everything just fell into place. Now, one thing that I need to improve on, aside from my anatomy in the digital aspect, which I've been working hard to do by practicing every day, is also finding out the placement of the lights and the shadows. Like, I will use a shading assist, but I feel like it will be better and it will hug the curves of the drawing, if we can call it that, better, and make sure that the lights and the shades go where they're supposed to go. Because even though light sourcing is actually the standard advice for this, sometimes with certain body parts it gets rather tricky, so I gotta get it right. In fact, I got several references in Pinterest, and I hope that I'm able to get it right this time. But yeah, first time I finally, decided to follow the advice of the tutorial. I just looked at the thing is, I've been practicing with geometrical shapes first. Like, the first time that I did it was with a sphere. And when I looked at the sphere with that immaculated lighting and shading, I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Where have you been all my life, my darling? Why haven't I decided to follow tutorials up until then? Well, probably because I thought I could do it myself, but anyway, it is what it is. It was amazing, and I hope that I can keep finding more tutorials that help me get things even better, because my life goal is basically to reach the levels one of my favorite artists has reached, which is Yume. Like, I love how that woman colors and renders. I love how she does, the anatomy. Everything is beautiful. And I hope that I can draw like her someday. Sorry, I was fangirling a little bit. Anyway, I should probably be heading to bed. Like, what time is it? 9:20, 21 p.m. So yeah, tomorrow, if the heat is not that uncomfortable, I'm probably going to edit this, add the captions. Although my editing is mostly making sure that I add in the music, that the captions are right, and that there's no background noise that I wasn't aware of back when I was recording. Oh, and also I soundproofed my bedroom with my yoga mat underneath my door, and when I tried last time it worked, and I hope this is the case this time. I also charged my lapel microphone to make sure that I don't have the crackling noise that it sometimes has, that I don't know how to fix, but I've been working with what I have. So yeah, anyway, that's all that I have to say for now. See you guys tomorrow.